ambassador, influencer, it worked for some. It actually worked for a lot. But it's a no for me, sis. You want to know why? Keep on watching. Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Taj with Taj Beauty Emporium, and we're just gonna jump on right in this thing. So why I don't use brand ambassadors or influencers. First and foremost, let's talk about what the difference is between a brand ambassador and an influencer. So a brand ambassador basically is someone who you send your items to or your products to, and they basically have a following on their page. And it's basically just for them to either wear or use or showcase your items, your merchandise to their followers. Okay, they do not have an influence on people. It's not like a celebrity or someone that has an influence to where when their followers see them with that particular item or product, that they will want to purchase it or want to go and get it. But it is a brand ambassador does have a large following, if that makes sense, like a large following so that your stuff can be seen. Okay, but then an influencer is one that has a large following, but they also have an influence on their following. So for instance, if I have 100,000 followers, and every time I post something, or every time I post where I'm eating at, or where I went out to eat and I post it, or if I have an outfit and I post it, they want to know where I'm at, where I got it from, the whole 9 yards. Okay, so that is the difference between an ambassador and an influencer. So you have to be mindful of what you're actually looking for. Are you looking for to just get exposure, or are you looking for someone to market your stuff for you, and then it brings in a revenue, right? So that is the difference. Okay, but why I decided personally, me, not to use a brand ambassador or influencer, and I'm basically just gonna give you the real deal. I have had the worst experiences when it came down to it. Now, don't get me wrong. I know people that actually use brand ambassadors and influencers, and it worked out pretty well for them. I know on several occasions it has worked out very well and has been very beneficial. But for me, it just has not been that way. Okay, and so I'm actually wrote down a few different scenarios, real things that actually happened with me. I'm not talking about something that I know from someone else or whatever. This is something that actually I went through. Okay, so the first thing is, when I first started my business, I've said in the previous video, in my intro video, that July will be 5 years for me. So it has been 5 years basically since I've been in business. And when I first started, I remember always having, when I first started my Instagram account, I would always have people come into my inbox talking about they wanted to be a brand ambassador and stuff like that. I've heard from other business owners that the same thing happens. So I don't know if that's just something across the board, that when the business opens up on Instagram, you just start getting these floodgates of DMs. I don't know, but it that's how it was with me. I was getting DMs left and right, and a lot of them were either they didn't have a lot of followers, they had less than what I had, or they didn't have a lot of pictures or anything like that. It just didn't seem like I would get anything out of the deal. But anyway, but I say that to say that I had a ton of DMs for people who basically said that they were interested in being a brand ambassador, and wanted to grow their account as well as help me grow my Instagram following account. Okay, but before I even started with my business, I was big into makeup. I also was doing freelance makeup and stuff like that, and I would watch a lot of makeup channels and beauty vloggers, right? And so I had reached out. I remember reaching out to several YouTubers, no tea, no shade, YouTubers, on, just kind of like sending them some products, to see if they would do, you know, video review on my products and stuff. Now, mind you, I am just starting out, so I really didn't know how it works, the ins and out. I just know that I've watched several videos, several YouTubers with their makeup channels, and I know that occasionally they would do videos where they would promote items, right? And so when I reached out to certain individuals in my email, you know, by email, I would always reach out by email, and I would basically tell them that, you know, introduce who I am, a new business owner, give them my website and all of that jazz. I would, instead of just like sending them product, would suggest that they actually pick something that they actually like and would wear or could utilize, and then I would send that to them. Never really had anybody to send me back anything about charging or anything like that, because I don't know if it wasn't like big channels at the time. So I guess they were kind of getting their feet wet, you know, vice versa. But anyway, so I reached out to a few and I got a few responses back, right? So on this one particular occasion, I sent a whole box of just cute dresses, some accessories, the whole 9 yards. And so I sent you know, the information. Of course, they sent me, you know, their address to send the items. And so I sent these items to them, and then I waited a couple of weeks because I wasn't like so antsy about oh, I need a quick turnaround video. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I was new to this. I really didn't know the ins and outs. And so I remember on this one particular occasion, I waited maybe about 2 weeks and I hadn't heard anything. I had already got notification that the item the box had already been received, but never heard from the individual. And so I waited about 2 weeks and before I reached out to them and was like, you know, hey, saw that you got the box, hope you liked everything that was in it, wanted to know, you know, basically when you would do a video on it. And I got a response back saying that, oh, I was just waiting on a few more items from others, because I'm gonna do at this time it was like spring, and I'm gonna do a spring lookbook. So I'm like, okay, cool. Another week and a half passed by, nothing. I'm like, okay, I don't want to be like a bugaboo or anything like that, but I'm like, this is like business, you know what I'm saying? So reach back out to them again. Hey, what's going on? What's the status of the lookbook or whatever? Didn't get a response back. At that point, I was just kind of like, okay, I don't really know what else to do, so I'm just gonna count it as a loss, right? Still was subscribed to this person, still was watching their videos. Why this person did a vlog where they were out and about, you know, with their, you know, friends or whatever, and one of the items that I sent, she was sporting it in the video. Never mentioned me, never mentioned the business, never mentioned where she got it from. I mean, just basically doing her thing in her video, had nothing to do with products or anything. It was just a vlog, and you literally sporting the stuff that I sent you. Did I reach out to him? No, I just counted it as a loss. I felt some type of way, but like at the end of the day, I was on a mission. I was trying to just get my business out there, and I was like, you know what, I didn't do that the correct way. So I just didn't know. I didn't understand how it works. Like I said, I just was new coming in. I just knew I needed to get my stuff out there, and I was like, I just went about it the wrong way. So that was the first time, okay? And then after that, the second time was I sent another YouTuber video, and this person did the video. They actually did the video, but the video was of my products and another business product, right? But the video went by so fast that you literally had to rewatch it to see that she promoted the item. And then the video was, I've seen this person do reviews, because that was one of the reasons why why I reached out to her. And this particular video that she did for my business was nothing like the videos that I've seen. It was kind of like just a skim through. There was no talking. It was just a little music. She was in her closet, a small closet. I mean, it was the angle. I mean, it was horrible. It was basically counted as a loss. So at that point, I was like, you know what? I'm not reaching out to any more. Excuse my phone. I'm not reaching out to any more. As far as it goes with YouTubers or whatever like that. I was like, maybe I just need to try a different. Maybe I'm doing it the wrong way. So I decided not to do that. So then I ended up going a different route. And this particular time, I actually paid someone. Now, mind you, between that last time and this next time, there was like a 1.5 year gap, because I was just like, man, I'm just gonna not even worry about trying to do influencer or ambassadors or anything like that. I was just gonna grind myself, promote myself, do a few pop-up shops, just get myself out, my business out there by myself anywhere that I could, without having to, you know, ask anybody to like review me or review my products or anything like that. So I ended up so I used to be, it wasn't a YouTube, it was a Facebook page that I followed. It was a Facebook page that I followed, and this particular person was very much known. Her family was very much known. And I just used to watch. I just enjoyed watching the videos. And one particular time she posted something saying that she was going to start doing promotions. And so I was like, you know what? I pretty much watch all her stuff. I'm always, you know, looking at, at the time, I don't know if she had a YouTube, but I do know that she posted videos on Facebook. And so I would always watch their videos on Facebook and stuff like that. And I was like, I'm always watching her stuff. I see the engagement that she has on her videos. So at this point, it's not even about ambassador. This is someone that I would consider an influencer, because every time she does something, the people that follow her page and the people that's watching her video, not only are they engaging, but they're literally trying to support whatever it is that she's doing. So and she seemed genuine. She come off as genuine. Like I said, I had been watching her and her family for a while, and so I just figured I would go ahead and jump on in, and you know, pretty much she posted that she would start doing promotions, and so that started. I slid into the inbox, and I was like, because that was what she instructed to do. And we had a conversation in the inbox about how much her prices was and what she was, you know, the different packages that she would offer. Me being a small business and not really like financially ready to just jump in the water so deep with a high priced package. It was, I think, 3 different packages that she had offered. One was for $500. That was the highest. The next one was for $450, and then $250, and then $100. Now the $500 and then the $450, there wasn't really a big difference in what you would get. And then from the $450 and the $200, the $450 and the $250, it wasn't as big of a difference as well. So I was like, you know what? I don't want to do the $100, but I don't want to jump in there so deep and just jump off the porch and do a $500. So I talked with my husband. He was like, look, just go for it, whatever. He was saying do the $500, and I was like, nah, something just don't. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it like that. So, which I'm glad I didn't. So I ended up doing decided that I was gonna do the $250. Now, mind you, while I was trying to decide this, she was in my inbox like, you know, pretty much like, so, you know, let's do this or whatever. But I took a day and just decided, what I try to figure out what I wanted to do, and I decided that I was gonna do the 250. So I reached back out to her the next day. When I reached back out to her the next day and told her, okay, I decided I'm gonna do the 250 package or whatever, or what once I send them, how, first of all, how do I send the money, and then once I send it, what is the next step? She gives me, tells me to go to the info on her Facebook page, because she has the different ways that you can pay. And then once she received payment and verified payment, then we proceed. She will send me the address. I will send her the items or whatever, and then it would go from there. So I went right ahead and sent the 250. When I sent the 250, I didn't hear anything else back. That day had passed. The next day I was like, okay, I'm not sure if she saw that I sent the 250, so let me just reach out to her and let her know, hey sis, I sent the 250. Send me your address, or go to the website, pick out some items, and then I'll send them to you. I reached back out to her in the DMs, in the inbox, and I was like, I sent the 250. Did you receive it? And it didn't even show that she saw it yet. But then I noticed that she had actually posted a video on her page. So I'm like, I know she's online. So I go to the video and I comment, hey sis, check your inbox. So when she saw that I sent that, she checked her inbox. She sends me, I got my notes, because that was a little minute ago. So I had to write down everything that had pretty much happened. But she sends me, so she sends me a message, and she said, I received the payment. She was like, send me and so I told her, I said, just pick something off the website. So she was like, send me the link. So I sent her the link. She goes to the website, I guess looked at a few items or whatever, but she never responded back as far as, okay, I like this, this, and this. So another day went by, nothing. I get back into her inbox, and I'm like, did you see anything that you like? She sends me an inbox back, and she was like, well, it's so much stuff. She's like, I can't even choose. I like everything. I can't choose. And I'm like, you can't choose. I mean, you're just choosing two things just to do a review. It's not like, I mean, I don't know. I didn't get that, but I was like, whatever. And then she was like, and then I've been, she's been real busy. And I'm saying to myself, you being busy, that's not even, you accept the payment. Like, you can't accept payment and then say, oh, I've been busy. So after that, nothing, still nothing. Now this is on a Friday, so I waited till that Monday to reach back out to her again. When I reach back out to her again, she sends me a message, and she says, I can't find your website in the thread. Can you resend me your website? Now at this point, now the red flags are coming up, and I'm like, how we have a whole conversation throughout the week, and you've been to the website, and now all of a sudden you don't have the link. So I didn't say anything. I just sent, at this point I was aggravated, so I didn't even try to like go into a whole conversation in the inbox. I just sent her the link, and I left it at that. The next day, I reached back out to her, and she tells me that I reached back out to her, and I asked her, did she go to the website and pick an item? So she decided on 2 items, and she screenshotted it and sent it to me. I said, okay. Then she sends me a message and says that there was a mishap at the post office, and she thought that her P.O. box was paid for, but something happened and she doesn't have a P.O. box. So now I'm really kind of aggravated, because I'm like, why would you not get all of that in order before you even post online that you are ready to accept payment for promotions? P.O. box, all of that stuff should have already been taken care of. So at this point, I'm kind of like, sis done ripped me off for this $250. And so I didn't respond right away, because like I said, I was aggravated, and I still wanted to have some sort of professionalism. Like, I know at the end of the day, I'm representing my business, so I did not want to just like go all in the way I really wanted to. But I didn't. So I waited before I even responded. I waited actually a couple of hours before I responded. And then finally, when I was able to calm down, I sent her an inbox and I said, listen, and I just started going basically from A to Z how we got from here. First you said this, and this. Then you said this, and this. Now it's this, and this. Sis, listen, you know what? If the 250 is what you needed, then keep it and count it all joy. I'm not even finna go back and forth with you like that. And, you know, I said in a few other words, it wasn't disrespectful or whatever, but I pretty much got it together. And then I deuced out. I had sent her I sent the payment through Cash App. I mean, not Cash App, I'm sorry, through PayPal. And I initially was like, you know what, I'm just going to go to PayPal and I'm going to file a claim. And here's where the crazy part came, because I decided that I wasn't going to do it. I decided that I was going to teach myself a lesson, because I have prayed and prayed and prayed and prayed that I wanted the Most High to prosper my business, and I wanted Him to do it. Like, if it wasn't coming from Him, I didn't want it. And then it was like, I really can't explain it, but it was almost like instantly when that happened, because mind you, before I decided to message her and say, okay, I'm going to pick this package and I'm going to go with this, I started getting a bad feeling. Something told me not to do it, and I still went ahead and did it. And so I caught myself trying to like reprimand myself, like, you knew better. You know what I'm saying? And this is your lesson now. Now you got to eat this 250 because you knew better. After I sent her the message, she was like, you know, I'm not trying to rip you off. You know, all this other stuff that just really pretty much at this point was irrelevant, because like I said, you should have been ready when you got the payment of $250. You should have been ready to just hit the ground running. Why would I send you products and send you $250? Why would I send you products after you already took the $250? Like, no. So about a week later, she reached back out. I thought it was over and done with. About a week later, she reached back out to me and was like, you know, I'm sorry that this happened. I still would like to work with you. But at this point, I was just kind of like, you know what? Nah, once I get a bad feeling about something and then you rip me off, that's it. It could have probably went well after that, but that initial, it was a no for me, sis. So, like I had messaged her back and I was like, look, like I told you, count it all joy. I'm gonna give my blessing. You know what I'm saying? And so we just kind of left it at that. She reached out one more time after that, but nothing came from that because I didn't even respond or whatever. But that was that. Then another time was there was an Instagram account that I had followed. I didn't follow that Instagram account for a long period of time, but it was a very, very, very popular Instagram account. It was growing extremely fast. And it pretty much was like geared to supporting small businesses. This person was geared to like, you know, I'm down for small businesses, whatever. I mean, it was growing extremely fast and it was so popular. This individual, this guy is so popular. And he posted one day that and you think I would have learned after all of these different times, but I don't know, whatever. So he posted that he would be doing Instagram promo stories, and that for 24, you know, they was there for 24 hours, and that it would be just a $25 fee. So I'm like, what? How bad can a $25 fee be? Whatever. So reached out to him through the inbox. Hey, I'm interested in yada yada yada. It went from there. He was like, you know, you can send it to me by Zelle. That was the only way that they, you know, he accepted it or whatever. So I sent it through Zelle, got the money, whatever. So mind you, he's doing this on his story. This is a popular account, so as he's posting the stories, I'm paying attention all day to see when mine's gonna come up, and it never did. So the next day I reached out to him and I was saying, hey, is there a certain time frame that you actually post certain, you know, accounts, or how are you doing that? And he goes, he sends me back, oh, I'm so sorry, sweetie. Did I not post you? And I was like, no, you didn't, because I was paying attention all day. Don't worry about it. I got you. I got you. I said, okay. So I'm thinking that it was just a mistake because maybe he had a lot of different ones because he was posting all that day. And it could have just been an innocent mishap. And so he was like, don't worry. I got you. I apologize or whatever. And I was like, okay, fine. Nothing. 2 days went by. Nothing. I didn't even bother to reach out. And so at that point, I had this. Before that, I had already said after that last time that I wasn't going to do it anymore. But I ended up having a conversation with another small business owner where they were like, "Why don't you try it again?" Because I did influence and it worked out so well. And I was like, "Well, it's been a while, so maybe I should just kind of test the waters again and see." And then that happened. And then at that point, I was like, I don't give a damn. I'm done. So I say all that to say that that is why I decided that I no longer want to do brand ambassadors or influencers. Don't get me wrong. It is great when it's great for I've known and heard and seen firsthand where it has done real good for others. It just has not worked for me. And I'm a small business, and even though I've been in business for 5 years, I am still at that beginning stage. I am still trying to get myself out there. And so I don't have $400 or $500 to just be throwing away because I want somebody to put me on. Like, no. So I just started doing a whole bunch of pop-up shops. I would do pop-ups every year for Essence. Fashion shows, you name it. I was doing it to get my name out there. And that's just where I've been. How I've been doing it. I have not, reached out to anybody to do any videos. I have not reached out to anybody to post me on their pages or anything like that. No shade to anybody who has, came up like that or anything like that, but it just has not worked for me. I know for a fact I'm not the only one that has had a negative experience when it comes down to brand ambassadors and influencers. But at the same time, I do know some that has had very good, outcome of it. So, if you are looking into doing a brand ambassador or influencer, I am not trying to discourage you from doing it. Like I said, this channel, I'm just talking about the ins and outs of what I've been going through as far as a small business owner. Maybe you could take some things into consideration. Look for look for red flags. Keep your eyes and ears open. Pay attention to detail. If you get a bad feeling, don't ignore it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not trying to encourage you or discourage you to use a brand ambassador or an influencer. I'm just saying that these are my experiences. This is what I went through, and this is why I say the hell with brand ambassador and influencer. So if you like this video and you would like to see more, please subscribe to my channel. Again, if you're new here, I'm Taj with Taj Beauty Emporium, and I'm out.